is that one of them lovely Baywater points? Oh, no, false alarm. Just a few yards of intestine.
But we might be able to rescue some prisoners. Not sure how though. I mean, we're not exactly super sneaky.
Make a chandelier, most like. In a very ostentatious one in a way. Toasty! Potatate!
Look a barricade. No, just mountain warriors. All 16. Piercing vulnerabilities. Fairly good resistance against everything magic related. Okay.
This wall could really do with a lick
Let's
of
not go there.
baking like a cake. So ugly when it dries.
Skeleton outside of Hunter's Edge warned us that the village has been overrun by macros. Its original population has been completely eradicated. Family hiding away from the invading marauders. She wants us to help keep them hidden by killing the rat catcher's rats.
Oh, I could do with a cold drink.
Does she mean literal rats?
Baking like a cake.
Ooh, now I missed my nose. Must smell like delicious spit roast around here.
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
Yeah, I'm sort of unclear about what exactly I'm not supposed to do.
My kingdom for a dry shirt.
Right, this was more or less where the crabs were, I guess. So, not where we particularly want to be. Right, back to town. Someone's hiding there. We need to protect them by killing rats.
My kingdom for a dry shirt!
I'm drenched.
No one here. Some kind of mine, maybe? Okay. So I guess we'll have to go through the mountain people to get into the town proper. Forlorn tunnel.
Blast, and me without my swimming trunks.
Not sure why I'm here. A lot of poison. Spore infested guards. They are definitely hostile. Also level 17, level 18.
I'm drenched.
Doesn't mean we wouldn't necessarily be able to take them on, but we have level 16 opponents we can fight here probably, so they would be more appropriate. And we have a fairly long way to get to level 17.
My kingdom
There's
for a
still
dry
meat on the
shirt!
Why, you're still alive. Wait a... Yeah! Well, don't go round angering Immaculates, you though. Perhaps it won't be very long before they have a stab at one another's vitals instead.
But we could probably cause some infighting with the different factions.
What a deluge.
I'm overheating here.
Okay, let's see if this turns into a fight or something. They seem to have tenebrium weapons. Or
Warm
at
as
least,
dragon's
yeah,
breath.
and the tenebrium weaponry.
I'm warm as fresh.
You
apple
there,
pie.
Flatlander. Stay at your business.
I'll go with the I have the amulet. I have orders from the Condors herself to speak to the leader of this village.
Come to play now the town's been taken, have you? Typical of you Flatlanders. Lucky for you, the goddess don't discriminate against cowards. Well, come quickly then. There's still townsfolk on the loose, and the chase has probably made them wild as cornered dogs. One might pop out of a bush and take an eye before you can shout your own name. Better you first check in with the higher-ups. You've got Jarl, the righteous leader of Weir the Mountain, and blood-stained Gratilda, queen dog of the giant toads. Trust me, you'll know her when you see her. Now scram, and make your introductions before word gets to them there's an intruder here.
Okay, so leaders first. We'll take this suggestion seriously.
End up beneath those boots. Is that what you call those thimbles on your toesies?
Oh, I'm tripping.
There's no indication where anyone is.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
Can we do something about the rats?
What? Afraid to address your betters, are you?
I ain't afraid of a single frog-skinned one of you.
Then why
Gorag doesn't look so fearsome without his second horn. And to think, it was a human who managed to snap it clean off.
The tusk's yours to keep
Wonder,
in the
do we actually need to kill all the rats?
so? Jarl can't stand the thought of his own tribe.
Comrade, did you hear that? It sounds like these Immaculates are at odds with the local orc savages. We may be able to turn this to our advantage. I'll keep a sharp eye out for anything we could use to nudge these factions closer to chaos. If we can get them to destroy each other, we'll kill two birds without even having to pick up a stone. Nothing would please me more than seeing Hunter's Edge cleared of the scum that destroyed it. I may not be able to undo the past, but together we can dole out justice for those who've suffered.
What? Afraid to address your betters, are you?
They say humans and orcs don't get along, but I've seen a pair as thick as a troll's toe hair.
They're keeping the peace for now. Chief's orders. That other tusk's yours to keep
My
in the
kingdom
meantime.
for a dry shirt!
So, Jarl can't stand the thought of his own tribe getting ripped to shreds, can he?
Maybe I should talk to people more.
Go on then, Frogskin. We'll see who'll end up beneath the...
Blasted mosquitoes. Never a moment's peace with these filthy vermin buzzing in me. Oh, ho, ho. Brother, I've crossed me pests. 'Tweren't a tiny winged bloodsucker whining at me, but a tiny-footed one.
You have very powerful healing potions. Tell me about yourself.
Brother, I think the human's asking me a question. Think I ought to tell the tiny pest who I am? Ought I tell her our loss is all in a scuffle with another ickle human? Maybe it was this one's brother. That pesky bugger might have got me on, but I've got something too. His wee head. Are you one of them those little spicks looking for the villagers?
Another will.
What do you want, Blacklander? If you're here for villagers, we've shipped them out already.
I'm more interested in advice where the hell everything is here. Okay, this would be an infinite source of water. This would be mainly interesting for
Free to address your betters, are you?
the wooden pulp we
Of a
have.
single frog-skinned
I need
one of
paper.
you.
Then why not stand up and face me, boy? One on one.
What
We're
exactly
keeping
do
the
I need
peace
to
for
take
now,
wooden chips
Chief's
to
orders. That
pulp?
other tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
That's so. Y'all can't stand the thought of his old tribe getting ripped to shreds, can he? Poor fellow. Living in
I'm sure I have a recipe for that at this page.
Go on then, Frogskin. We'll see who'll end up beneath those boots.
Is that what you call those things on your toesies?
Mush. Ah, it's a water barrel. Something. So a barrel of water will do, a bucket with water will do, but a well will not do.
Free to address your betters, are you?
I ain't afraid of a single frog-skinned one of you.
Then why not stand up and face me, boy? One on one.
We're keeping the peace for now. Chief's orders. That other tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
Does it actually spin the entire bucket of water, or can I just reuse the
Old
bucket?
tribe getting ripped to shreds, can he? Poor fellow. Living in fear under the great Quintilda's boot.
Go on then.
Okay, did it drastically change in
We'll see
appearance,
who'll
or
end
am I
up
just
beneath
blind
those
him?
boots.
Is that what you call those things on your toesies?
Probably had a bucket of water already, so it's just stacked with it. Or is it not counted as an ingredient? It could be consumable because you can actually drink it.
What? Free to address your betters, are you?
Well, there's
I
only
ain't
cups of
afraid
water,
a
but not
single
buckets.
frog-skinned one of you.
Then why not stand up and face me, boy? One on one.
We're keeping the peace for now. Chief's orders. That other tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
Oh, come on.
That's so. Y'all can't stand the thought of his old tribe getting ripped to shreds, can he?
And the bucket is empty.
Living in fear
So
under the great Quintilda's
it's an incredibly
Go on
arduous
then,
thing to
Frogskin.
do if we don't
We'll see
find
who'll
a
end up beneath those
barrel of
boots.
water.
Is that what you call those things on your toesies?
What is a rat hole? Okay.
Many rats scurry in and out of this hole. Where it leads is uncertain.
Huh. So there's not much we can do about that.
Free to address your betters, are you?
I ain't afraid of a single frog.
How would you kill these rats without
Then why not
causing a
stand up and
fuss?
face me, boy? One on one.
They are
Keeping the
temporarily
peace
here
for now. Chief's
hidden,
orders. That other tusk's
but
yours
I have no
to
idea
keep in
how
the
I would
meantime.
kill them without
That's so. Y'all
then
can't
someone
stand the
noticing.
thought of his old tribe getting ripped to shreds, can he? Poor fellow. Living
Did someone leave an oven door open?
Mill
Go
grinder.
on then, Frogskin. We'll see who'll end up beneath those boots.
Is that what you call those things on your toesies?
The other rats are all fleeing. There's got to be a more subtle way to exterminate these pests.
Poison ought to do the trick, but I'm fresh out of cheese-flavored deadly
Ah,
nightshade.
yeah. Poison cheese. We certainly have food, and we have poison too.
Is that what you call
Might even have cheese in my inventory. Never clean it up. Yeah. I'll keep an eye out for extra cheese. Right. So now the poison cheese makes a lot of sense. Do we need to spread it around? I don't think it matters what type of poison we use.
I ain't afraid of a single frog-skin one of you.
Poison flask is not what we are looking for apparently. Small poison bottle? I'd like to create poison, small poison.
Go on then, Frog-skin. We'll see who'll end up beneath those boots.
Is that what you call those things on your toesies?
I wonder if I can just give them the cheese.
Free to address your betters, are you?
I ain't afraid of a single frog-skin
I'm overheating here.
Then why
I'm
not stand
complaining.
up and face me, boy?
They say humans and orcs don't get along, but
Right.
It's orders. That other tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
That's so.
Can I just...
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
Living in fear under the great.
Go on then, Frog-skin. We'll see who'll end up beneath those boots.
Is that what you call those things on your toesies?
The other rats are all fleeing. There's got to be a more subtle way to exterminate these.
Yeah, the food is fine, but maybe we can put the food in the rat holes.
What? Free to address your
I
betters, are
ain't
you?
afraid of a single frog-skin one of you.
Oh, I could do with a cold drink.
Stand up and face me, boy. One
Many
on
rats
one.
scurry in and out of this
keeping the
hole
peace for
where it
now.
leads. Many
Chief's
rats
orders.
scurry in
But
and
we
out
need to
of
find
this
some
hole
kind of central
where it
location for the rats
is
to
uncertain.
spread the
Did
poison.
someone leave an oven door open?
Try getting rid of this Red's cannon. Living in fear under the great.
I'm holding on to a little bit of food at this point, just in case we have to poison it a little bit, spread it around.
Those things on your toesies.
Right, we want to do something potatoes or flour at this particular place.
I ain't afraid of a single frog-skin one of you.
Then why not stand
Soup
up and
to
face
the
me,
skin.
boy? One on one.
They're keeping the peace for now. Chief's orders. That other tusk's yours.
What a deluge!
My kingdom for a dry shirt!
So many of these skulls are so delectably modern. I can hardly tell which one of them would suit me better.
More undead people.
Am I gazing at the holders of souls? Look here! Look at you! How I admire one whose head is lodged so firmly upon their shoulders, like a spire that rests upon the breadth of its foundations, one and indivisible.
Thunderbolt grenade. Meteor grenade. Okay, what do you want?
Not I, alas. I fare not so. For I may replace my battered cranium as jauntily as a wizard may his hat. Just consider some of these examples here before me. How I admire this one's kingly brow, that one's exquisite jaw, yonder one's deep-set sockets that held a warrior's eyes. Why make a permanent choice? Why not cater to the occasion as called for? I would, but for the question, where does the soul reside? And so I ask, where are you, O ephemeral soul? If in a tooth you may be pulled, if in an arm you may be broken, where are you, O delicate monstrosity?
Why is it important to know where in the body the soul resides?
Surely you jest when you question this question's importance. Say I opt for that there fair-featured sovereign of a skull. What happens if another soul lies therein sequestered? If I play the part of the aforementioned wizard, and swap its rugged lineaments for the feeble ones that are my own, who shall I become? I. Yes. Who is I then? Were I sure that the soul houses within the chest, within one's little toe for all I care, I would fret not so. But the certainty I long for remains as impossible to find as one specific raindrop in the rain. You, oh, I beg of you, have you not the answer?
So it was Johnston who came and missing just as you were walking through here? Your mother won't believe it for a moment.
You needn't worry. Unlike our heads and our bodies, it is we and our souls that are one and indivisible.
I concur. Pick a new skull if you want one. It's not going to change who you are in the least.
But of course, why was I so blind? The soul is not of the body, it is of the spirit. A new skull I shall have, but same person I'll remain. Oh, the agony of choice. I think I'll opt for the one with the kingly brow.
Okay, wonder what that did. Ah, yes. Miss Cat.
Hello again. Do you bring good news?
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
God's probably lost the thing of his own arm.
What's this then? Who in the hells are you? And where am I? These aren't my bones. I was made of sterner stuff, make no mistake.
You switched skulls, remember?
Switched skulls? What do you want about, you loon? This is intolerable. I used to be an important man round these parts, you know. I demand respect. The mayor I was and the mayor I am still. Now leave me be, for I've important municipal matters to attend to.
Switching skulls did make him swap souls after all.
On the bright side, we seem to have answered one of the world's oldest questions.
Would that be useful?
What a deluge!
Okay, poison mushrooms. If we had to poison a lot of things here, it could be useful. Without a doubt, we'll have to add poison to some kind of central food source that the rats are using. Pridar Gural. Hello, friends.
One side. I ain't got time for chatting till I find the damn thing.
Which is what? Tell me about yourself.
What does that matter? Quit buzzing in my ear before I squash you like we did the rest of the pests in this blasted place.
What thing do you mean?
The key to the armory, of course. Hasn't that frog-skinned oaf been roaring about from here to the warehouse?
What do you know about it?
Not a damn thing in all the 12 hills of hell. This idiot orc has no idea where he's lost the damn thing. So he's taken to blaming me, a passerby. It's just like an orc to save his own skin by flaying someone else.
The orc seems to be in a bit of a panic.
You'd be too if you'd misplaced something of Gratilda's. I once saw her skin her own foot soldier alive for mispronouncing All-Mother. And he'd only done it after she'd knocked his teeth out for sneezing in her presence. What's worse is, the coward's blaming his troubles on me, only because I happened to be passing by when he noticed his armory key was missing. I'd tell him to piss off and be on my way, but he threatened to tell Gratilda it's me who stole it. Somehow, I doubt I'll get to tell my side of things before my head was shorn clear off.
I haven't got up. You better hope the bleeding key shows up soon. Well, well, well. Thought you could get away with it, did ya? Don't look so confused, Pinky. The armory key. Hand it over.
So he's gonna accuse everyone. What are you doing here?
Painting my toenails pale lilac, of course. What does it look like, you ape? I'm hunting for a missing key. I'm the All-Mother's right hand. If there's something she needs done by someone she knows can do it, I'm the one she calls. This little key ordeal, don't change that.
Okay, let's discuss the mission key. We need to probably get it into someone's inventory, maybe, so they can start a fight over it.
It's small, metal, fits in a keyhole. Help us look or shove off, will ya? I've got to find the key before the old mother finds out it's missing, or she'll carve a spear at me right tusk.
Key to the armory is missing. It could prove rather worth our time to find it.
Yes.
Source hunter, scavenger hunter.
I haven't got
For
a hole in
better
my
or
pocket,
worse,
have I?
our resumes are growing.
It's probably fairly well... Jeez. Fairly well hidden if they haven't found it already.
I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I?
Could be under something.
Big ugly brute making me do his dirty work. I bet his skull would make a lovely goblet for Jarl's mead.
You better hope the bleeding key shows up soon.
Thought you said it was me who pocketed it.
How in the second heaven am I supposed to know what you did with the damn thing? It's all mother, I'll say. The humans that took it.
Doesn't know where he lost it though.
It's all mother, I'll say. The humans that took it.
Dunce probably lost the bloody thing up his own arse.
So what exactly do we want to do with it? Poisonous creatures.
You know damn well I wouldn't touch anything of yours with a 10-hand.
A detailed and very well written book about all kinds of exotic creatures and their poisons.
Your mother won't believe it for a moment. I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I?
But there's no telling that it's actually supposed to be here though. One of Gratilda's lieutenants was responsible for keeping the armory key, but he appears to have lost and is conducting a frantic search. So we need to cause trouble with that. Seems like we need to be causing trouble with a lot of
bloody
things.
key. Who could trust a big stupid oaf like you with something like that?
What you shame to me, you fool, mate.
I say you're so stupid the key probably fell from your pocket while you were squatting over the latrine.
So are you daft? Can you keep that way through? It'll be the noose for me and the rat for you.
It's downstairs. Glenn's house. Some talk about losing it in the latrine. Still. Yeah, I don't care for this earthquake or shit. No, I think it's a camera shake because... Why? Yeah, it stops immediately. No? Stop. It stops if I look things at a correct angle. So I thought this was some kind of earthquake that's happening, but it's just a camera glitch of some sort. Ah. It's art of whiskey. On the art of making single malt whiskey. Single malt whiskey starts in the fields where the barley grows. Ample rain followed by a relatively dry season produces an excellent barley. Once harvested, the barley must be milled to create grist. Mix the grist with well water and it will fast become a rich brown wort. Increase the wort's alcoholic content by way of a pot still. This distillation process will leave you with a lovely spirit. And now patience. Allow the spirit to age over the course of several decades to create a drink worthy of the finest wheat. So clearly we have all the ingredients to do it, except time. How to make and distill whiskey, right. Everything needed is also here too. What the fuck is calling this? I think the map in this direction, it doesn't have enough room or something. Or it catches into some of these minor details. There's a lot of wheat and potatoes. Why would we want to make booze? Well, at least we can.
I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I?
Better put my burning eyes on.
Report,
There's
Scout!
no telling where to be them.
Don's probably lost the bloody thing of his own ass.
One shot.
My kingdom for a dry shirt!
But we need to find the location where the rat hole goes.
We've already found 3 villagers hiding in this place. They dragged them into the warehouse cellar, and I haven't heard a squeak from them since.
If I find the old tubber lad that did this, I'm feeding him his own nethers.
Tweak! Garrick was a kind sort of fellow. Always shared his lunch with the god's fairer creatures. Imagine our dismay when that big green beast carried him off. What's this? These big green goons certainly can't handle their alcohol. Give them a sip of something fine and they're useless.
Excellent.
Did this, I'm feeding him his own nethers.
There's blood. Okay, so there seems to be a lot of things going on in this town.
Been from Silver Glen, Flatlander? They ain't got the rot, have you?
Right. No. Ain't got the rot.
You there! The armory's off limits, you hear? Take another step and you'll be looking for your teeth at the end of a rainbow.
Point taken, but why mayn't I enter?
'Cause it's a goddamn crime scene, isn't it? Our bloody bloodstones were stolen. The old body lot of them.
Okay, accidentally switched the character. Do you have any suspects?
Everybody's pointing their grubby little fingers at Garrick because he was on guard duty at the time. Yeah, it may be a tad suspicious that now he's missing, but I'll eat pig ball soup if he had anything to do with it. I mean, just look at this shattered door. There's Orchid Bot written all over it. But I'm done talking about this mess. Ask Jarl if you're so bloody interested. I told you where you got to be cursed. Have you no ears, jackass?
I didn't go there. I literally was running away from the place.
A sheep, I'm after children, and I do hurt children. I wasn't secure she'd bang the head off after it's built. So,
well,
which one of you
what's this I've spotted?
Tell us. Look, I know what Drank called the best ale, but that's no reason to keep ignoring me. No,
Okay, we could clearly track whoever's done this.
The cards are shuffled. Now, let's get back.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Don't know what is it.
Back to me. Little corner.
Let's go inside here.
King of Clubs. Hey, potent heat. Finally, 7 of clubs.
I'm overheating here.
Lower level. Why are you guarding this?
Hey, you'll not get a peek at these prisoners without Jarl's permission. What's going on in there ain't for the faint of heart anyway. What are you up to sneaking around here? Got a soft spot for those damned to the rack, do you? Well, unless you've orders from Jarl himself, scram! Or you'll be next in line.
Tell me about yourself.
A son of the mountain am I, and a blood brother of Jarl besides. Chief placed me in charge of guarding the hatch to the prison cellar. Knows I won't hesitate to split the throat of any man or orc who tried to come or go without Jarl's say-so.
Tell me about the prisoners kept here.
Want to get your hands on the flare knives, do you? You'll have to see Jarl about that. The way I figure it, he'll be happy to have a reason to change the guard down there. We'll never find out where those villagers are hiding if these orcs club every last witness silly.
I'll win this one. Conduit's orders. Best not to get on her bad side. You know that.
Yeah, but her orders don't cure my fever.
If I find yourself a sheep that did this, I'm feeding him his own nethers.
A sheep? Right. You round, girls. 2 cards for everyone.
Time goes. Blood brothers of Jarl, stuck in this orc-infested dump. I swear I'll start taking edge if we don't get out of here soon. Conduit's orders are nil.
Right. I suppose we could take on the entire village if we really wanted to. But I definitely want to know what type of different kind of trouble we can cause here.
to call that hand. Let's wrap this up. Go. Go. Now for the turn card. Jack of clubs. Interesting. Lousy damn cards. Check.
Yeah, check. Go on.
Fine, I'll check too. Now, let's see what we're hiding under there. 4 of clubs.
That one's worth 10 coins for sure.
Too rich for my blood. I fold.
Come, let's see those cards.
Need 'em and weak, you amateurs.
I could do better than that. The game's mine.
Nice hand of cards, that one.
Come, let's have another round before I get too drunk to read the...
Hey! Keep your eyes off my cards, Flatlander.
So you lot are interested in cards.
But why not? The looting's done. There ain't much work to go round. A hand or two takes the edge off. Grab a chair and we'll deal you in. If you ain't afraid to lose your boots. We play for keeps.
Here, keep your eyes off my car. Well, why not? Grab a chair and we'll deal you in.
Hey! Keep your hands off my cat. Well, why not? Grab a chair.
So we could play cards here.
I've got me wages, fellas. Lots of sparkling coin.
What exactly would you earn there, though?
I know what drank
The money is irrelevant.
No reason to keep ignoring. No, go screw yourself with a rusty mace, why don't you?
Trading post.
Clean up, clean out. What am I? A goddamn scullery maid?
Puddle swirling mud. Closing. Oh, fuck's sakes. Come inside. Now close the door. Don't want any witnesses to what we're doing here. Probably isn't anything too bad, but you never know what happens. We have to find out here. Can't reach my ass.
I'll be right back. Clean up, clean out. What am I? A goddamn scullery maid?
It's right there, for fuck's sake. But when the game says no, it's no. Take the cheese. Probably don't need quite this much of it. Some kind of diary. I myself wouldn't have elected to make my home in this dank little corner of the Phantom Forest, but far be it from me to argue with the conduit. At least I've found myself a quiet little place to call my own. Quiet now that I've made use of its previous occupants, that is. A woman and her husband. They hardly fought at all. All the better for me. Once they were dead, I found a lovely little spells used on their corpses, an ancient immaculate incantation, and a most useful one at that. So useful, in fact, that I've infused these very pages with its power. With it, I proved that even cold corpses could be turned toward the greater good. The convert will be extremely pleased. This is exactly the sort of spell she needs for her Tenebrium mines. The method is simple. A totem of bone serves as an anchor. The spell serves as the guide. A simple pentagram unites totem and spells ensnare or release the selected souls. The souls of the deceased are trapped within the totem, and the fate of their corpses is guided by the spell. So long as the totem remains intact, their souls are caged and bound within this realm. This pair, Charla and Horton, as I recall, were infused with the will to trade. Creating an army of miners should be all easier. So the skeletal pair that we met that are looting and trading are the remains of this couple. I must tell the priest within the mine to guard their totem well. I'll keep mine on my person, but in the wrong hands the conduit's entire workforce could disappear. What a shame.
Cheers. Though I wish there were other bottles I know around here that did this, feeding him his own nettles.
What a stupid thing.
Hey, conduit's orders. Best not to get on her bad side. You know that.
Yeah, but her orders don't cure my fever.
Then go and find yourself
this
a
is
sheep if
valuable.
you're so
Is it
bloody
though?
hot and bothered.
Jar of honey.
Sheep? Nah, I'll have Gruntilda. And I'd do her too if I wasn't so sure she'd bite me head off after we're done.
If I find the orc tub
What
lad that
exactly
did
did we
this,
pick up?
feeding him his own nethers.
Puddle swirling mud. Brewed to perfection in one of Rivalon's oldest swamps. Shrug.
find the old tubber that did this. I'm feeding him his own medicine. By the goddesses, tits are parched.
Apple pie.
Now there's
Cheese
an idea
bread.
of going to it. I'll be right back.
Wouldn't be my first choice to pick something to eat. Flies buzzing all over the place. Okay, don't think we're going to be able to do all that much this time in the city. More or less this is going to be a
Though I wish there were other bottles.
investigation. This is a tough trap to evade. I could make okay, you probably move the metal crates in a way that blocks this. We could also put a fire shield and just go for it, I guess. So the problem would be things coming from above. Lock, there's a way to just stop all that once you get to the other side. Certainly a trigger of some sort here. I'm gonna go with fire shield and simply try teleport.
Fire shield!
Right. We probably want one of the metal chests placed there. Follow swirling mud, another one.
Striking it rich.
Don't see anything particularly interesting. honey, cooking supplies. There's a couple of items here. Wonderful plate belt. Antique silver ring. Heroic leather bracelet. Those could be useful. Unlikely to have any requirements to wear. I still have terrible bracers for the most part. You picked the barrel, didn't you? Got a lot of honey here for some reason. Other little lootable things that mostly have nothing and just time consuming to go through. No.
Ho hum.
Yeah, I don't get why these contain barrels are something that we automatically sort of just pick up. Lockpicks. Well, that pentagram is probably the point of this, but is that all? Couple of books. Empty books. Skulls. Recall what skull I took from here, probably the latest one. What the fuck are you saying? Not enough space, eh? Right. Cannot be placed anywhere. Fine. I'll leave the rest of the skulls for now. Might have to come back here and do something with the pentagram. Okay. Certainly looks like there's nothing for us to do over here. We might be able to finish this, complete the enchantment. In order to do what though? Priestess Cordelia's diary. Totem of Bone serves as an anchor. Spell serves as the guide. Simple pentagram unites the totem and spell to ensnare and release the selected soul. So we could probably release the merchants. I would imagine the merchant undead that's been moving around.
Warm as dragon's breath.
Yeah, a little bit of warm is not as warm as dragon's breath.
I'm drenched.
I've spotted something.
Ah, it never rains but it pours, eh?
I've spotted something.
Whoever broke into the armory went there.
You may be a flatlander, but you could be of some use yet. Sneak up behind Gratilda and stick a dagger in her skull, would you?
Mercy Killer. Okay, am I leaving the city or moving into some specific area of it? Really there's only one building in the city I guess I didn't go to. I'm not sure I went to that one either. Everyone is marked. I'd like to take a little closer look. There's way too many things going on in this city. I'm mostly the problem is how to start to unravel all this. Because if you do things the wrong way, you could screw over your possibilities.
I guess those humans can't see all the big red stains about the place. Suppose they'd clean it if only they knew.
You might think there's no way to raise this seat, but you won't. Those bloodstones are ours, and we will have them back.
I suggest you examine your own backs.
Well, by the boot soles of Burl Boonhammer, what have we here?
I'm not sure.
Another human in Hunter's Edge. State your business, whelp.
Immaculate, sent from Silverglen.
Hail, Immaculate. By the sickle of Tyr Gutgouger, I'm glad to see another human face here in Hunter's Edge. Not yet another misshapen orcish snout.
If you fancy keeping that human face of yours, I wouldn't take my cues from the chief of the mountain apes. I may have sworn to refrain from carving my name across his back, but yours, I do believe, is free for the taking.
Regular ray of sunshine, ain't she? Don't let her manners fool you, though. Her disposition may be dark, but her wit is bright. Bright and devious. Believe me when I tell you that she's plotting against us as we speak, and would have long given the order to spill our blood if she wasn't leashed by the orders of the conduit herself. But by the shield of the Stormbringer, she'll not outfox the sworn brothers of Tanaroth. And I sincerely hope she won't outfox the likes of you either. You belong to the Silverglen tribe, I take it. Thought you were all holed up in Highbeheim, but it pleases me to see some of your number have come to Hunter's Edge. Yes, an outsider not as yet distrusted by the orcs is exactly what I need in the matter of the missing bloodstones and the matter of the wizard's house. But let's talk in my headquarters over yonder, for by the beard of the Bear Slayer there are too many green ears around here.
Don't mind if I do. Stabi probably sells something. I wouldn't mind purchasing things. He's too low level to be something of a fighter.
My kingdom for a dry shirt.
Toasty! This is taking bloody ages. I need a drink and a breather.
He's... It's not good.
I'll win this one. The goddess is with me. I can feel
I mean, he's weaker than his warriors.
May your sword never sully, and your shield never shatter.
Okay. Missing bloodstones.
The bloodstones are the reason we came here in the first place. The conduit has need of star stones imbued with human blood, so she can create her death knights. Both the Brotherhood and the Orcs were given their share of stones, and we filled them to the brim with blood, then stored them for the conduit to collect when she returns from Phantom Forest. Last night, though, someone raided this very building and disappeared with our stones. They were being guarded by Garrick Giantbane, a son of the mountain had in trust with my life. Grutilda says he ran off with the bloodstones, that he is a betrayer to the cause of Immaculates. But I know this to be untrue. The Orcs stole the stones. Of that I'm certain. Grutilda is hatching some plan, and we'll all be in dire straits indeed if it comes to fruition. Those stones make her powerful. Too powerful. We need them back. But every Orc eyes us peak dwellers with suspicion. That is why I ask of you to find proof. Proof that it was an Orc that did the deed. Once I have it, I have a reason to assault the Orcs without risking the wrath of the Conduit. She'll not stand for theft among Immaculates. So find me that proof, and we'll slaughter the Orcs together.
Tell me about the Orcs.
If I find the Orc tubber lad that did this, I'm feeding him his own nethers.
Leader first.
Grutilda is worshipped like a goddess by her troops, and she rules like a deity too. All-knowing, all-powerful and merciless. She's smart and ruthless. Truly an opponent to be feared. Exactly the kind of opponent I like. The Conduit was wise to go to the Orcs with promises of allegiance, for they are a force that few in Riverlon can withstand. But she also knows that the pact cannot last. She's well aware the Orcs will eventually go their own way, be they sworn Immaculates or not. She needn't fear them, of course. The Conduit is constructing an army of warriors even the Orcs behold with dread. But it is we brothers of the mountains that may have to bear the brunt of their onslaught when things go sour. Grutilda knows the pact was never meant to last. She understands she's being used as a battering ram, as a tool to breach the gates and clear the path to triumph, only to be discarded by its operators when the true prize is in sight. She knows, and she's plotting her revenge. I can see it in those feral eyes of hers. She's surrounded by her elite. She whispers poisonous orders in the ears of her vile rat herder. No, it's no coincidence all her bloodstones have gone missing. By the hammer of Fjord Alkmount, I just know she's planning a nightmare. For her dreams are our terrors to suffer. And with the Spinebreaker at her side, it's a terrible nightmare she's concocting.
Right, the Spinebreaker is her champion. The rats are keeping an eye on everything. So no matter what we do, the rats have to go. We probably have to find the guy who's hurting them. I mean, if he's gone, the rats don't really matter. Who's this Spinebreaker?
Grutilda's hulking, horrible dog. Built like a brick house and with a mind as black as pitch. There's no indignity he wouldn't inflict on any man, woman, or child his mistress marked. Grutilda stores him above the tavern and sends him playthings one at a time. A sentence worse than death.
What's your opinion about the Orcs?
The Orcs? No, I respect their warlike nature, for it's like ours.
I respect their lust for slaughter, for we share it with them. I respect their loyalty to their leader, for I am likewise respected by my brothers. But when push comes to shove, I'd flay them all, wear their skins, and never rest until the very last one of them lay at my feet with my broadaxe nestling in its belly. Why, you may ask? Why hate them when you and them are so alike? I hate them because we are alike. I hate them because I know ours is a hate they reciprocate with blazing fury. Like two dragons are we that must share a single lair. Can't be done. Sooner or later, talons will rise and fire burst forth until one is victorious and the other's flesh is used to celebrate the victory. So it is with the Sworn of Tanneroth, and so it is with the Orcs of the Wild. One day the battle must be. One day we will feast or be feasted upon.
Tell me about the wizard. Tell me about the wizard you mentioned.
I don't know much about him, to be frank, and I don't care to. The conduit says he's in possession of an artifact she needs, which is why we've been trying to gain entry to his house. But by the boots of Arlag Trolltramper, the key hasn't been forged yet that will unfasten the magical seals that encase that bedeviled sorcerer's abode.
What about his servants?
The deal is this. When we attacked Hunter's Edge, we and the Orcs had the village completely surrounded to ensure no one could escape. The plan was a good one, for only some blacksmith and his wife managed to flee after their little demon of a pet bit an Orc's arm off. The wizard and his servants eluded us, but we know that the servants at least are still hiding somewhere around town. We need to find those damn people so they can tell us how to gain entry to the wizard's house. My men have been searching the village non-stop, and the Orcs have put their rat herder on the job. But we also have some surviving villagers holed up down in the cellar. An Orc torturer, courtesy of Grutilda, has been trying to find out where the servants are hiding, but has no finesse whatsoever, and almost instantly kills his victims. We've offered to do it for him, but Grutilda remains adamant he's the best of the best. Maybe you'd have better luck, though, if you're up for a spot of torture.
Who are you?
I am Jarl Woodok's son, father among brothers, son among the mountains. Me and mine hail from the snow-capped heights of Tanneroth, the very thrones of the world. Our lives are devoted to the hunt. Every town and every city we find, we plunder and burn and put to the sword. Sacrifices are they all to the might of the mountains, tokens of reverence to the power of the peaks. Gods we have plenty, of war, of death and of victory. But now, a goddess we have too. Aye, we have seen the workings of Bloodstone, and loyal are we to she who unites in blood. By the teeth of Kjell Wolfjaw, as immaculate shall we rule the world.
What is your purpose here in Hunter's Edge?
The conduit asked us to do what we do best. Invade and destroy. She set us on our way with a store of starstones, ready to be charged and, once made into bloodstones, sent to you folks in the mines of Luculla. We didn't know Grutilda's dogs had beat us there by a half day, but no matter. There were still plenty of strays to be caught and bled by the time we arrived. Now all that's left is finding a way into the wizard's house. The conduit's looking for something inside. Now we're here waiting for further orders from the conduit herself. She's gone into the Phantom Forest nearby, but we expect to hear from her shortly. I only hope we'll have the matter of the missing bloodstones sorted by then. I'll not have a soul saying we're the mountain failed to follow through.
This wizard must be Xandalor. Thankfully, these bloodthirsty brutes haven't found him yet.
Yeah, keep it a secret.
Let's hope
Next
we
to the
catch
Jarl.
up with him before they do.
Here's the thing, I think the first priority for us should be to poke their eyes out. I mean, get rid of the rats as an intelligence tool. They're everywhere. I can't see anything large scale us being able to do without the rats being aware of it. So the information will get to the orcs. Not sure how the game treats that, how it will probably is in reality, but
No, you cannot, you silly reptile.
But I haven't even asked my question.
That is because there is nothing you can, or want, or range on besides guarding the god's damn door. You hear?
Loud and bloody well clear, sir.
Now, by the goddesses,
Great grim gods, comrade. The spine breaker. Norak, he's called. He's the bleeding brute. The green-faced gargoyle who I must face him. Face him and destroy him before he can claim another victim.
a goddamn scullery maid.
Check. Check. Let's see that last one.
sure. When we meet this Norak, we'll make him pay for what he's done.
6 of us. This is awesome. Should I? There isn't even anything worth gathering.
Why, comrade, well, I can't tell you how much with you by my side, I'll face the monster head on and make him pay for what he's done. It will be an honor. In the name of the Order.
Yeah, it basically means I'm not going to pick a fight with them until we've got these two sides warring with each other, though.
So, which one of you fellas is winning, eh? Fellas? Look, I know I drank all the best ale, but that's no reason to keep ignoring me. No, go screw yourselves with a rusty mace, why don't you?
2 cards for everyone.
Check.
You there! Cut it out!
Need more stealing skill if we want the key. I think we could basically get permission to go down there anyway. I'm not sure why we should need to rob the key. I don't want to go there though. I'm not sure what I would realistically do there.
That's no reason to keep ignoring me. No, go screw yourself with a rusty mace, why don't you?
2 cards for everyone.
You the one Jarl sent in to replace the ham-fisted Jarl gave you the old plate to try your hand, did he? All the better. That big brute downstairs hasn't the faintest idea what he's doing. Clubs witness after witness over the head, smashing him to bits before we can get so much as a word out of him.
Right, we got permission to go. As easy as just talking to someone. Still.
What deluge?
You, who are you?
Oh, my auger's flame kindles at your approach. In the market for some magical artifacts and scrolls, are you? Anything and everything left behind by vermin after we've exterminated them. And I must say, some of these roaches have mighty fine taste. The All-Mother chooses first from among the spoils, and the rest she grants to us to use or turn to profit.
Battering Ram.
Even vermin leave behind a worthy scrap or 2.
Resurrection. Isn't exactly worthless. What else? Cloak and Dagger. Rain of Arrows. Summon Spider. Summon Ice Elemental Death Punch Scrolls. Very expensive. They don't seem to be that good though, I mean the ability itself, so I don't get why it's so goddamn expensive. I suppose it's one of the few skills you can master level attack skills that you can use multiple times to fight realistically. So that's why it's a little bit weaker. Leadership and hit points helmets. Leadership, initiative, hit point, immunity to blind. Constitution, speed, initiative. Cumbersome, so this would be a cloth armor.
Even vermin leave behind a worthy scrap or two.
Decent armor class, doesn't require any real skill to equip. Also +1 speed, +1 constitution. That's quite a lot of hit points at this point, and it could be an extra action point. So for a caster, it wouldn't be a horrible thing. I mean, I have a earth resistance, inflict burning, and +1 movement. So this would be more or less the same armor class, but with more hit points and maybe an extra action point. Rule. +2 constitution, 20% fire resistance, 87 hit points, immunity to be needed. Superior robe to what I currently have in every way. That's a +2 constitution is also a massive amount of survivability. Decent shield. Bodybuilding, dual wielding. I don't actually know what extra points in dual wielding will achieve. Lockpicking, Tenebrim resistance. Yeah. What exactly do we get from extra dual wielding? Sets dual wielding damage bonus to 5%, reduces poison, so it's basically a minor damage bonus. It's hard to say if it's worth it because I only can see what we can get from base value of 6. I can't see what the development is further on. I still think there might be at least one item worth taking there. Just looking through if we can get some easy items we can pick it up.
Who knew vermin could harbour such useful relics? Share in the plunder!
Right, we have enough treasure items too that I think we can get the item we want without having to repay for it. I did notice that the equipment pieces we were gathering up aren't all exactly all in perfect shape though.
This is all so pointless. There isn't even anything left worth
By
going in
order
it.
of the All-Mother, huge discounts on magic baubles.
Take some parts. Then shut your mouth and go get it.
Back again, I see. Of the elements world beyond your control? Fear not, I've every scroll you need.
Survivability
Soon the
robe.
flames will
It's
dance
worth
at your
10,000
behest,
almost.
and yours alone.
Other would be the bodybuilding plus dual wield. A little bit of extra damage, a little bit of poison resistance, a little bit of saving throws. Not bad, but it's not particularly amazing either. Okay, I want this.
Even vermin leave behind a worthy scrap or two.
not to get on her bad side. You know that.
Think of the count of one.
Then go find yourself a sheep in this old bloody on the bonnet.
Even the old man can last this
Okay, I'm not sure if I can get to 7,000. I should still get most of it.
What do you call that?
4,500. Yeah. Suppose I could get more if I would sell some of the finer crap, but I'd rather get rid of some cash. Okay, which one of you has the worst roll? Inflict stun on contact. Okay, 700 vitality, 754. I think Jahan has to be closer range typically.
By order of the Old Mother, use discounts on magic balls.
1,000 health. Fire resistance, immunity to be muted, slightly better armor class.
Who knew vermin could harbour such useful relics? Share in the
1% physical damage reduction versus enemies of your own level.
Back on my feet again.
Who knew vermin could harbour such useful relics?
On the mend.
I probably should try to see if we can get permission to meet the woman. I mean, the monstrosity that's there should be in the upper stairs. But if it leads to a lot of combat, I can't do it.
Boy, the Old Mother says small boats can enter the sheep. Tell her to stay in the warehouse. Tell the Old Mother you've a problem with her judgment if you feel so strongly about it. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
There's lower levels that we could enter apparently.
Resk, you've got to the count of one to kneel before me.
Resk is probably the one we are looking for.
Oh, Mother, of course. What is it, monkey face? The All Mother won't tolerate your distracting her right hand.
What can you tell me about your master?
She is the sun and the moon, the mother of all and the sister of none. We live in her shadow and at her feet. We live only to serve her.
Oh, this batch are better be stronger than the last. I want whiskey, not goblin piss.
Whiskey and goblin piss.
Oi!
Yes,
Bark!
right away, my
There's
good
an old
man.
butter
Quite elegant torture. Man has a natural disinclination for certain beasts, insects, spiders, and snakes, ranked chiefly among them. The designer can easily bend these disinclinations to his advantage by placing one of these beasts upon the sensitive area of the source's body, the face or the groin. One can expect information to flow free and sweet as wine at the counselor's feast. Below is a table of estimated times between placement of the creature and death and or incapacitation of the source. Purple Prowler 5 minutes, Bull Scorpion 3 minutes, Crowned Serpent 30 seconds, Burrowing Fly 3 days, Smothering Spiders 4 minutes.
Yes, right away, my good man.
There's a lot of gold here for you to take, and you can just take it. Technically it's a glass of wine, but it's clearly a light golden cup.
To your health.
Indeed, All Mother.
You're about bleeding inside.
You are totally correct.
So I think we should basically boost the orcs up. Then cause them to fight with the... We might be able to basically choose a victor fight between them. I would guess the orcs would win at this point because they have their secret weapon, the super orc, somewhere upstairs.
Yes, right away, my good man.
Can I talk to you?
Oh, a new immaculate face in town. What a pleasure to serve you. I've a deal running now. Double the whiskey for any and all who refrain from beating me from the neck up and the crotch down.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I'm nobody at all. Just the old tavern keeper in this here village. Things have been busy since the orcs came, but I've never been one to complain too much. Or especially with with my wife and kids gone. I prefer to keep my eye on the prize. Oh, whiskey, of course. No excruciatingly terrible memory a nice glass of the good stuff can't wash away.
What do you know about these orcs?
Oh, swell guys. Swollen as swell can be. I haven't a complaint in the world. Not in the wide world. Keep me busy, they do. Day and night. Night and day and night again. Oh, you might imagine me a wee bit utterly exhausted, but I wouldn't have it any other way. After all, the soul-crushing night terrors can't find you if you never sleep. That's my motto.
What do you know about this village?
Well, the scenery's certainly changed in recent weeks, I'll tell you that much. Used to be a quiet sort of place. Family folks, you know. Never had much trouble, and all the less because our little town played host to a source hunter and a powerful wizard both. Can't say why we were overcome so quickly. Can't say why so many of us were cut down over those shiny stones. An immaculate like you know better than me, I suppose. Yes, I suppose an immaculate just like you might have been the one who held my son's head back while Gratilda sliced his throat open, eh? Oh, but who's got time to think on the past? That way lies danger, I say. I only know that these orcs are a thirsty lot. It's my job to keep my head down and the whiskey flowing.
Yeah, what do you know about the Ratcatcher?
Now there's a man apart from the rest, even among their kind. He's a strange sort. Nurses the same flagon of whiskey for an hour and sits in the corner by himself. Oh, but the lack of company don't keep him from making conversation. Always muttering beneath his sour breath he is, but arguing some point of his left hands against the better sense of the right. I tell you, someone like that's twice as terrifying as one of these big ornery brutes. At least you can see their clubs coming down in time to jump out the way.
So you are a purveyor of whiskey, are you?
That I am. But I'll tell you, I never served a lot quite like these Goliaths. They drink like elephants and pay like... well, they don't pay at all. Then again, I can't say I mind this little arrangement too terribly. The happier they are, the longer I evade the rack and the scroll. Each glass brings us closer to the last of the whiskey, though. My bowels shrink when I think what'll happen when we get to the bottom of the last barrel. We've already exhausted the tavern supply, but I've been pilfering from my old buddy Glenn's stores. I doubt he'll mind, seeing as he was one of the first orcs sunk their claws into. Now that was a man dedicated to fine liquor. Knew all there was to know about distilling whiskey, he did. Oh, what I'd give for a barrel of Glenn's good stuff now. These orcs wouldn't know what hit them.
So we could produce the necessary whiskey. Well, technically, naturally it won't have time to actually wait for years, but armory key.
What about it? I can't say I know a thing about the armory, but save bringing the occasional flagon to the guards there. But I've delivered a drink from barracks to bridge in the course of my work.
Good luck. Yeah, I didn't agree.
I appreciate your concern, dear friend, but I'm doing quite alright in my own fashion. I won't be mucking up my position with the orcs by colluding with a stranger.
There's the fact that I could even discuss something like that with him is a good sign. It's impossible to sneak here. What I'm interested in, who is spotting me, though. Wanted to check his inventory. There could be a chance that we can find it without someone telling us exactly where it is. I mean, there are orc tracks all over the place, so maybe we can find it in one of the places to eat. Here's a key. No, it's a spoon. Close enough, though. I don't even know if it's gonna be highlightable. What I still want to do, yeah, I need to leave things here, but I want to talk to the rat catcher guy. That's the important stuff. Except he's not actually here.
Can't you see this bloody cup is empty? Your mother's orders are the only ones we hear. Or sooner snap.
I would assume he's named so we don't have to guess who the hell he is. Would he be downstairs then? Can I even talk to her? Guide to torture.
I saved you the finest paw. Out of whiskey? Oh, this lot are getting thirstier by the day. Well,
Goodness. Is supper already upon us? I'd hope for something with considerably less gristle, but I suppose you'll do.
Tell me about Spinebreaker.
The deer has certainly earned his moniker. Norok is my best boy, the pinnacle of orcish devotion. His child's mind and brick-hard arms make him the perfect soldier. Whatever I say, Norok will do, and with a gleeful smile upon his simple face all the while. It would do you well not to cross me, whelp. For if I tire of dealing with you, I'll simply have you sent upstairs to the Spinebreaker. He knows just what to do with the toys Mummy Dearest sends him.
You're the leader of the orcs, are you not?
Leader. A word that hardly suffices. I lead them as far as the head leads the body. They serve me and live in service to me. I am their all-mother, the beginning and end of their very lives. I am loved by them. I am craved by them. I choose from among them he who pleases me, and I destroy the rest. The orcs of this tribe are executors of my will, no more.
Yeah, so you get the first pick of the spoils of war.
Naturally. There are few finer pleasures than standing before the fruits of one's labor. A stack of gold, and goods to one side, and sopping sinews and bone to the other. Ah, divine. I've developed a particular affinity for tenebrium of late. The sheen of it rather pleases the eye. My boys know not to keep a shard of the stuff from me. Consider this your warning too.
So what use have the orcs for this miserable town?
Miserable, you say? I quite like it. save the altogether hideous pink apes infesting the place. But exterminating them was a rather titillating diversion, I must admit. The townsfolk here were no different from those in the north. The larger ones beg me to spare the smaller ones. The smaller ones bleat like lambs for the larger ones. Yet they each squeal just the same when you split their piggy skin from nose to navel. Yes, I dare say the wizard won't be so pleased with himself for evading us when he returns. His servants' entrails will be wreathed among his grapevines, and the rest of the villagers are already hacking away in the Tenebrium mines. Undead drones bent in service to the conduit.
Who is the wizard you seek?
Our conduit didn't describe every detail of her plan to her mold-eyed pets in the mines. Well, no matter. It hardly concerns you, unless you can break the enchantments protecting his house. But that's a matter of magic, not the erotic virtues of your mother's rot-rancid corpse. I doubt anyone from Silverglen will be of use.
So the wizard's house is protected by powerful magic, it seems?
So it seems. But even the cleverest magician cannot conceal his tricks forever. The wizard may have fled, but he left a passel of servants behind. Servants I very much doubt will be immune to the charms of my screws and cleavers.
Okay, let's discuss the servants.
But how very obvious! Who better than a cow to bring a frightened calf back into the herd? Surely you and that bootlicker's sensibility of yours ought to have an insight or two into where a servant might seek sanctuary. Our rat catcher, regrettably, seems to be in need of some direction in the matter.
Yeah, I'd like to meet this rat catcher. Orcish soldier has fallen in love with one of the Jarl's tribesmen. Has he? It? Armory key. Yeah, let's talk about Ratcatcher.
I've had the pleasure of making his acquaintance. Careful. He was only just released from the hangman's cells. What was the case? Ah, yes. I believe he ordered his rats to chew out the tongues of every last infant within a western Orcish tribe. An answer to some insult or other from the tribe's all-mother. Or so I heard. He's dangerous, yes, and quite mad. But I'd trust him with my own neck. There's not an orc in Riverland that would dream of crossing Grutilda, no matter how mad.
So... where exactly is this Nordic?
Of a child. A monster like that.
And here I was, thinking you'd relate perfectly well to a childlike mind.
Where exactly... yeah, I was wondering if these footprints go somewhere. Okay, I'd like to meet Ratcatcher if it's not too much trouble. Would imagine... Rat Palace.
No rats here, it seems. Perhaps they're all on the hunt.
Or perhaps they made it into the barkeep's stores and now they're sleeping it off.
Nothing here. I'll take that back. It's probably an alternative way to get in here. Whatever this here is. So we didn't meet Ratcatcher then. I'll have to leave it for another time. This at least seems like a breakable wall. In a couple of Tenebrium weapons, some treasure items, Tenebrium bow, could be a Tenebrium shield, and a pile of gold you can't interact with. Into the deep. Air resistance, healing. It looks fine. Nothing special. It's an Iron Maiden. It's still sturdy enough that I can't just blow it away. This is more of a, I guess, information for you that it exists. I wonder if I could just throw a pyramid through there. I mean, that, logically thinking, that should be the real thing for you to do. Water barrel. Yeah, could you move that? We can create more paper. I'll do that, and probably leave things at that. Not you. I think we need to bake this. Create the paper. After this, we'll focus on the rat catcher issue. Don't think anything is gonna get Herschel's chest. I don't think anything is gonna get solved unless we get a solution to things. Herschel was the guy who we had a chance to talk about the missing armory key. I'm inclined to think the chest there could potentially have a solution to things. Have the armory key. That would allow us a single thing we could cause the hostilities to trigger here. You have the skills to just pick the lock too. Level 4. 2 extra gear. Block level 4. Don't need another. Probably a pair of gloves to have it. Sneaky. Now these are boots.
Trying to blow us to bits? Well, we've got the key in any case. Now to return it to one worthy party or other.
Or have a look at that armory ourselves. I'll bet these soldiers keep a fine collection of equipment.
I don't care about the equipment, and I think we can probably take a cool look at such things afterwards. It's more important to cause a fight between the factions. I'm glad at least something got solved. If this is the armory, I'm not interested. I mean, I want to take a look, but honestly, the book here is the most interesting thing that I can see. And I doubt I can just throw a pyramid through there. I think this is for the purpose of basically cheating to see what's there. But who the hell knows? Either way, Ratcatcher will be... We have to hunt him down, find him, figure out what the hell to do with him. I got the impression that he would be here. I'm reluctant to go upstairs because I'm thinking it leads directly to a fight with the big guy. But I don't... I might as well go and take a look.